Bon, on se retrouve du coup hein, pour la suite avant d'aller faire dodo. Pardon, excusez-moi. Oui, d'abord, je voulais faire quelque chose. Donc, j'y suis. Maintenant qu'on peut voyager, je voulais en faire 5 loups. Vous savez qu'on était, on était bloqué par la porte. Ah, mais d'ailleurs, je peux pas y faire, j'ai pas la clé là. Ouais, tant que j'ai pas la clé. Ah, il meurt par la flamme. Oh, juste ici. Une clé ancienne. Est-ce que ça permet d'ouvrir la porte? Ah. Les munitions, quand on se met dans l'histoire, ça passe vite quand même, hein, malgré que j'en avais un paquet de munitions. Vous voyez, voguer jusqu'à Paris. Ah, on est de retour au début là en fait. Cool. Ouais, mais je peux pas aller plus haut qu'ici. Eh oui. Eh oui, je peux pas aller plus haut que là. Allez, on vogue jusqu'à Paris.
Dieu Tout-Puissant!
Madame de Polignac.
It's dreadful, Aegis. All is lost.
How were you able to leave Saint-Cloud?
Earlier, after you ventured out into the palace grounds, all of the machines that were guarding us set out after you. I seized the opportunity to go to the stables and jump into a horseless carriage.
What are you doing here, Madame?
The children, Aegis. Charlotte and the Dauphin. The Queen and the Marquis de Lafayette did everything they could do to save them from the King's madness. They spent days working out every detail of this operation with the greatest secrecy. The preparations for departure with our accomplices in the Queen's house. The children's escape, hidden inside this wagon. Our meeting here, in this very place. Then our departure with the riders who were to ensure our safe passage all the way to Austria. They would have been safe there with their uncle, the Emperor. But you can see for yourself. The children are nowhere to be seen. Poor Monsieur Cléry. He was the Dauphin's valet. The poor soul gave his life to protect the little ones.
Bon alors.
Madame.
Respecter les lieux de l'échange. Oula.
4 horses for 3 men. Someone is missing. A red cap with a rooster embroidered on it.
Alors?
A list of staging posts between Paris and Liège. Perhaps Madame de Polignac will know what this means. Madame, the attackers all bear the same red cap with an embroidered rooster.
It's the symbol worn by those who support the Duc d'Orléans.
One of them had a map indicating all the staging posts from here to the Principality of Liège.
Liège? That rabble-ridden city is where the Duke and his miscreants have established their base.
Over here, there are 4 dead horses, and the body of a 3rd man wearing a red cap.
4 horses for 3 men. That means one assailant managed to get away. It's beyond doubt. The Duke's men have taken the children. They're the ones behind this ambush. And they knew every detail of our plans. We were betrayed.
But surely the ambush did not go exactly as planned. 3 of them lost their lives.
That's true. If only we could catch the one who was able to escape. But now that I think about it, the riders that the Marquis de Lafayette promised us, if they made it here, they may have been able to surprise the kidnappers and stop them from carrying out their misdeed. By the grace of God, they may already be on their way to Vienna with the children.
I shall get to the bottom of this. Which garrison is this squad from?
They are stationed at the Hôtel des Invalides. The riders must have left from there.
Very well. I will try to retrace their steps. As for you, please return to the Queen at once. You have taken enough risks as it is.
Find the children, Aegis. Je vous en supplie.
Bon, bah, ça fait déjà une quête secondaire terminée, si je comprends bien. Bah non, même pas d'ailleurs. Ah oui, les squads, les cavaliers.
Monsieur de Robespierre's men. They perished in the line of duty.
No! No, proszę. De Grasse, I don't want to die. Not like this. Oh, I know.
Mais je peux te
I
tuer.
would have set fire to that monster factory long ago.
A monster factory?
Vaucanson's demonic forges. The Gehenna where you were smelted, just like all the murderers of your kind.
Monsieur, I have no intention of harming you. I have come to put an end to the king's actions.
If you're telling the truth, then go away. And let me live.
Monsieur,
Au nom du ciel, put down your weapons. Please, I beg you to spare these poor people.
these poor people. But the streets are empty. There is not a soul there who is still alive.
There are still those who resist. Some good people came here earlier and asked me for a drink. They swore they would liberate the Hôtel des Invalides. They looked exhausted, but utterly determined to fight to their very last breath.
What about the automats? Have you observed their movements?
A convoy, led by those machines, went by here. Countless wagons, loaded with barrels. They came from the north, most likely from the factories. I think something terrible is going to happen.
What do you fear will happen?
I don't know, but I have a terrible feeling. Laissez-moi à présent. You'll draw those creatures to us.
Ok. Explorer le jardin.
Hiding place in the Luxembourg Gardens. I should keep looking.
Accepté la semaine passée de vous prêter une énième fois mon concours afin d'obtenir mademoiselle Thénaïs. J'ai dû pour ce faire dépêcher 3 de mes hommes déjà avec savoir une année.
Athénaïs, pour l'amour de Dieu, run and hide!
What do you mean, Papa?
Hurry, I beg you! The Count is at our door. He shall take us away.
Good heavens!
Don't worry about me. Run, I say. Run!
Where could she have escaped to? That hiding place in the Luxembourg Gardens. If I could find out where it was, I could track Athénaïs.
Voyons, ces pauvres gens. Flammes et flocons. Ah, d'accord, donc trouver la cachette des Tanaïs, c'est au Luxembourg. On fait chier, je vais pas faire tout le trajet retour. Hein. Je vais aller au Luxembourg. Vu le peu d'ennemis qu'il y a sur la route, de toute façon, j'avais bien les dégommer. C'est là-bas que je peux pas aller à la rencontre des cavaliers. Peut-être après. Flamme et flocon. Faut que j'essaye de voir ce que c'est cette arme là. Voyager. Aller me balader aux Champs-Élysées. Trouver la cachette d'Athénaïs.
Monsieur,
What can I do?
how do you intend to counter?
Unfortunately, we don't have the upper hand. I am convinced that something is afoot. Something that could
You have my full attention.
You should know that I am a gun. As such, I oversee the provision of gunpowder for the past 2 days.
Puis de
A
jour,
large
une importante
quantity of
des
gunpowder from
proposée aux
Marsanji. It's in a
Invalides.
warehouse by the... But the men I sent to take possession of the cargo and transport it to the arsenal have gone missing. Do you realize what
The gunpowder could have fallen into our enemy's hands.
It's possible. One thing is certain. It's enough to destroy half of Paris. Whether it is still then, if possible...
How?
Simply by placing it in contact with water. Nothing could be easier in theory, but we must find a way to flood it.
Flood the gunpowder? You're out of your mind, Lavoisier. We're in the most desperate of situations, and you want to deprive us of such a valuable resource. What will our cannons use once we have formed our army of patriots?
Your army, Marquis, is presently but a figment of your imagination.
I see. So you're one of those men who would sound the retreat before the battle has even begun.
I will go to the warehouse. Once I have located the powder, I will decide what to do with it.
You're back, madame. Did you free les Invalides?
Not yet.
De grâce, do not give up. Our salvation is at stake.
Goodbye.
Have you found...
No.
Remember, rumor has it she lives in the slums of the Marais.
Monsieur,
What can I do?
I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who did you meet there?
Madame de Polignac, the Queen's favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desolate place. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. The children. What happened? Tell me that nothing bad has happened to them.
That remains to be determined. One thing is certain. Charlotte and the young Dauphin are missing. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How the hell did they know?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and his damned informants. They have taken the children.
That still remains to be seen. It seems that the Duke's men were interrupted while carrying out their task. 3 of them lost their lives. A 4th was able to escape.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent the vermin running. But why the hell haven't they reported to me yet?
Only they could tell you that.
Would you be so kind as to go and find them? The lives of these poor children hang in the balance. My hussars are stationed at Les Invalides. That's from where they were to set off for Gros Caillou.
I had
Get
my chiefs.
what?
That's
But
only they could.
with my
Ok, bon ben. Oh putain, oui, c'est vrai que je dois aller là aussi maintenant. Je dois gagner les Invalides. Une affaire de famille. Agis doit retrouver la comtesse du Covet dans le Marais, à proximité de la Bastille du Temple. Qui pourrait bien aider à déchiffrer les notes. Comment j'y vais là-bas déjà?
Just a moment, je vous prie.
Mon Dieu, Jacques! The monsters have returned to torment us!
To listen. Allez-vous-en. You should know that I am armed. I won't hesitate to open fire.
Monsieur, I just want to question you.
Attendez 2 secondes. Putain.
Atanais's hiding place. A fight took place here.
Alors, sur la page de Garcia, c'est ici que le temple sacré de la nature ou vient.
Ciscus Antonius. What unusual names. Whose king could this be? Perhaps the guests of the Cordelier can enlighten me.
C'est vrai que j'aurais pu me servir du jeton de machin. Mais... Bah, comment j'y retourne là? C'est pas là, là, c'est la suite de l'aventure là. Bon bah écoutez, je vais utiliser ça et puis c'est pas grave. Hein. On peut pas en acheter des jetons de retour de carrosse? Ah si, je peux en acheter 2. T'as 260 maintenant. Quand même d'explosifs 244. Ouais, quand même. Ah. Moitié d'endurance. Ok, résistance au feu, je perds un peu quand même, hein. Même endurance, là, moins 3. Questionner les autres du couvent.
Monsieur,
What can I do for you?
Franciscus Antonius. Do these names mean anything specific to you?
Francois Antoine. Hold on. Of course. That's the master arquebusier who killed the beast of Gévaudan. The affair took place during the reign of Louis the Beloved, just a few leagues from the castle where I grew up. I was still a young boy, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It caused a stir all over the country.
I doubt that it has anything to do with my case.
I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that.
Monsieur,
What can I do for you?
do the names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No, nothing really.
Francois Antoine, maybe?
No, nothing with that name either. I'm sorry, madame.
You're back. Did you feel it?
Not yet.
The grab.
I found a cane engraved with the name Franciscus Antonius. Who could it belong to?
Let me think a moment. Je vous prie. I know an Antoine Francois, a printer on Rue de la Harpe. His surname is Momoro, but he is a man of the people and a true patriot. I doubt that he ever sported a cane with his name engraved on it.
Goodbye.
Have you found my mother?
No.
Remember,
I found a broken cane. It says Franciscus Antonius on it. Do you know who it belongs to?
well, I never. Yes, I know the owner. And I'm willing to bet you're looking for a certain Francois Antoine.
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east, mademoiselle. Across the Rhine for a start. Because this cane belongs, or belonged, to a certain Franz Anton Mesmer.
Mesmer, the prince of charlatans.
Good heavens, it's been a long time since I've heard his name.
5 years to be exact since your learned commission denounced his theories.
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Can you tell me more about Mesmer?
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class. I myself attended several of his sessions.
You mentioned a commission.
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity within the court. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy of Sciences.
An institution to which Monsieur Bailly and I have the honor to belong. We were asked to investigate his alleged powers.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism, a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment it was published.
But there was something, Sylvain. A tiny flow of energy that my devices were able to measure.
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that we were never able to reproduce your observations? It was obviously a momentary failure of your equipment.
Perhaps. I'd like to be sure of it.
When and how did Monsieur Mesmer disappear?
The denunciation of his techniques was the start of a long descent into hell for Monsieur Mesmer. He was abandoned by his clients and resumed his research in virtual secrecy. I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science and restore his reputation with the Academy.
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what experiments they may have carried out. In any case, their collaboration did not last long. Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return to his mother country.
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he had the devil at his heels.
This is true. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned everything he owned. Furniture, belongings, and scientific equipment. And it seems that Cagliostro has inherited this treasure.
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that broken cane must have passed into the Count's hands.
Yes, it's likely.
This adventurer from who knows where is quite the mysterious character. And he has been very busy recently. I've been able to observe him from my apartments, making frequent visits to Rue Saint-Honoré, on the Tuileries side. I wonder what he was doing there.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory called animal magnetism. He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing fluid by passing his hands over patients and using magnets.
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than the last. Unfortunately, despite all his attempts, I don't know that he ever cured anyone.
What happened during Monsieur Mesmer's treatment sessions?
Oh, they were quite a spectacle to behold. Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with perfectly imaginary illnesses. A dimly lit room where incense has been burned to intoxicate the soul and cloud your vision. Amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess to the sound of a sensual melody. And the great Mesmer, a doctor with wandering hands, presiding over the wonderful scene. Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, crying, and falling into a swoon, clinging to that strange tub. Du théâtre, ma chère. Pure theater.
Monsieur Bailly.
I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of these walls.
I found a document written in a script that I was unable to read.
Let me see. Ah, je vois. These pages were written using some sort of shorthand. A variation on Taylor's system, no doubt. I'm wont to use it myself from time to time while jotting down my ideas as they come.
What does it say?
It's a bit difficult to decipher. Je crois. I believe it's an autopsy report. The author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is prussic acid?
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chemist. You should ask Monsieur Lavoisier.
Goodbye, Monsieur B.
Putain, j'ai eu de la chance, il a disparu. Oh. C'est dingue ça, il a disparu. Oh.
Monsieur,
What can I do for you, madame?
what is prussic acid?
It's a volatile compound extracted from Prussian blue, which is a pigment derived from the cochineal, an insect.
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison, of the most dangerous sort. Though at weaker doses, it merely induces a deep soporific state, or a coma, if you will.
A deadly poison.
Aegis? Is everything all right?
Faire par des découvertes à l'arène, mais je peux même pas y aller. Pourquoi les autres ils ont tous disparu? Je peux même pas les voir. J'ai pas trop compris. Faire part de ses découvertes à la reine, mais la reine elle est à Saint-Cloud. Hein. Non. Elle est là la reine? Ah, du coup, Luxembourg, j'ai tout fait, quoi. Enfin, les services, il m'en reste quand même, quoi. Ah, mais dans le marais, je peux pas y aller encore. J'ai pas dû débloquer la zone. Du coup, on va voyager aux Invalides et puis on va continuer. Hein. Alors. Inspecter les hangars.
Traces of gunpowder. Hear that Monsieur Lavoisier's gunpowder was taken to the Bastille. Barrels were stored here and rolled away. These grooves prove it.
C'est à la Bastille qu'Aïs Soros qui est devenu de la poudre de Monsieur Lavoisier. Ah, mais la Bastille, j'ai pas accès encore. Donc lui, je peux pas le faire encore. Les cavaliers, bah, c'est dépêché au gros caillou. Ok. Les origines. Question sera activée aux abords de la rue Saint-Honoré du côté des Tuileries. Les marais à proximité de la Bastille, je peux pas. Et du coup, on va faire voilà, libérer l'hôtel des Invalides. Je pense qu'il y a un petit peu dommage, c'est plus tu avances dans l'histoire, tu gagnes le même XP en fait, c'est dommage. Donc là, il y a l'avantage et le raccourci. Dégage toi. C'est vrai que les munitions ça baisse vite, hein, j'avoue que.
They're after us. You must carry on, I beg you.
I'll never make it. I'm out of breath.
Oh, l'amour de Dieu. Suzanne, just a bit more. We're almost there.
Putain, plus on joue, plus le jeu il devient intéressant quand même. Hein.
Ottomans ravaged the church and slaughtered the faithful.
Monsieur le révérend, dirait que je me donne l'obligation de gagner Orléans. Mon ma soeur souffrante m'appelle à son chemin, ainsi je confie la clé de l'ossuaire de vos chariots dans les obsèques dans mon absence. Ok.
Entered the church.
Don't be afraid. I mean you no harm.
Oh, Seigneur, he can speak.
What do you want with us, Automat?
What happened in this church?
You should know. It was your kind that slaughtered these lambs. I don't think those who were able to escape stand much of a chance either.
Where are the survivors?
They're hiding in the catacombs behind the church.
There's also the gentleman that the automats took alive.
Where did they take the gentleman?
We haven't the slightest idea.
That's enough questions now. Leave us be, Vertu.
Alors. Je vois un raccourci, mais je vois même pas où c'est ce raccourci. Ah ouais. Ah ok, putain bien. Ok, super raccourci. Ok, juste là. Ok, ça marche. La boîtier d'afflexion durable. 1. Ah, il faut que je mette le 2. Je vais mettre le 2 du coup.
I'm getting closer to les Invalides.
On se rapproche des invalides, je vais pouvoir aisément franchir les douves. Alors. Ah bah je vais pouvoir maintenant aller à la rencontre des cavaliers du coup. Je vais pouvoir faire cette mission du coup. C'est bon ça. Je pourrais mourir tout de suite. Hein. Surtout qu'il y a un sacré raccourci après. Hein. Si j'arrive à le débloquer, un sacré raccourci. Hein.
The debt was no longer sustainable, Your Majesty. Your mechanical revolution has changed the face of the kingdom, but the coffers are woefully empty.
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes? Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
Yes, Your Majesty, as long as it is distributed fairly. The representatives of the nobility, the clergy, and the Third Estate must come to an agreement. That is why we have convened the Estates General. Tomorrow you are to preside over the opening ceremonies.
Your Estates General. Nothing good can come of it. You have roused the spirit of rebellion. All I hear about are their damned cahiers de doléances. My rightful enjoyment is being challenged. The streets of Versailles are teeming with loudmouth fanatics with sacrilegious thoughts. Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely set this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware. I have a surprise in store for anyone who dares attack my throne.
Ouais, et ben. Oh, un boss. Super, j'ai pas de grenade, j'ai rien. Ça va être Bagdad. Bon bah écoutez, ça va faire un boss. Ce qui fait chier, c'est que j'ai 19 000 et quelques, alors... Alors je voulais pas monter de niveau, mais si je pouvais acheter des putains de grenades améliorées. Surtout que j'ai débloqué les raccourcis au top, quoi. Oh, je sais que les grenades ça fait salaud, mais bon. On a acheté 40, c'est pas grave. De toute façon, je compte tout acheter, donc... Il faut voir combien il faut pour le boss, en fait. J'ai regardé, vu que je suis à 40, ça fait un chiffre rond. Je suis con moi, celle-là, pourquoi je... C'est parti pour le boss.
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't let them take me away. No. Oh, no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
That is not my intention. I have come to rescue you.
Rescue me? But what on earth are you?
It is of no importance. What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths filled with pain and sorrow. And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. Oh, it's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, My wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
I will take you to the Cordelier convent. You will be safe there.
Désolé, le jeu a planté. Super, le jeu vient de planter. Oh putain, faut que je refasse le boss. Putain. Bon, bah on refait le boss, alors excusez-moi.
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't Let them take me away. No. Oh no, this has to
What?
Alors, je passe les blabla, hein. C'est pas que ça m'intéresse pas, mais on y a déjà vu. Hein.
What? I will...
À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur.
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refuse to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally fill the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts. Bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire d'affaires in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him. I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. We were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
Alors. Mon père, les règles de notre ordre, défend. Ok.
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see you again. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable bodyguard as yourself. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hôtel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation owners in the Empire. Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santé, our most formidable adversaries. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going, and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money, and their greed is matched only by their cruelty. Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their company. 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the Admiralty, when I overheard a conversation between 2 planters from Bastère. If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is plotting to create sleepless slaves, des esclaves sans sommeil. Those were their exact words. It's hard to say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to force them to toil day and night, without rest. Our organization will not let these poor souls endure such a hell. Aegis, we must look into this. It is a matter of great urgency.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the planters you condemn?
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your indigo plantation?
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one would have the audacity to deny this.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because your entire fortune depends on it.
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities of Saint-Domingue. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a livelihood, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No, I must act with both compassion and realism.
Any reform, revolutionary or not, must be taken step by step, with moderation and prudence.
This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself at La Belle Gabrielle, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing. Don't you see, the law of nature gives every man the right to cultivate his own land.
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time to quarrel. What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is extremely worrying. We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as quickly as possible. Aegis, you are the only one who stands a chance of making it to the Hôtel de Massiac alive.
Alors maintenant, ils sont tous apparus maintenant. Alors, service. Le chaos qui règne à Paris semble propice à l'intrusion dans l'hôtel particulier où se réunissent les colons les plus influents à l'ouest des Halles, les trésors de Monsieur Necker. Mirabeau, il est où Mirabeau?
Have you...
No.
Remember...
Minister Necker claims that you were a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath? This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the King's chambers.
What luck could resist your talents?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear Monsieur Bailly. Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
Interroger Monsieur Bailly et Lavoisier.
Did you find out what Cagliostro was up to near the Tuileries?
No.
Remember what...
I'm looking for a way to force a lock that is supposed to be unbreakable. Monsieur de Mirabeau advised me to ask you for help.
But I'm an astronomer, mon enfant, not a locksmith. I know my way around lenses, filters, racks and tripods. But I've never given a moment's thought to how a lock works. God, Monsieur de Mirabeau was joking with you, that's all. Où est-il, ce brave homme? So that we might ask him.
He has left. A matter that could not wait.
Excuse me? Do you mean he left the convent? That's madness. What was so important that he would put himself in such danger?
Intriguing indeed.
C'était qui que je devais... Ah oui, Lavoisier. Mais
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do?
Lavoisier, pardon.
I would like to access the contents of a safe that is supposedly unbreakable. Dare I ask for your help, Monsieur Lavoisier?
And how can I be of assistance to you, madame?
I need gunpowder to break through the door.
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck of it, mon ami. Do you think I just walk around with explosives in my pockets?
Oh. I apologize. It was Monsieur de Mirabeau's idea.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness? I suspect he knows full well whatever he's playing at. Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's truly going on.
He has left. He had an urgent matter to attend to.
Eh bien, I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, I might be able to find a solution. But given the circumstances, I'm sadly not in a position to help you.
I understand. Goodbye, Monsieur.
Has anyone seen Monsieur de Mirabeau? Aegis, do you have a...
Certainly, Mom.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion. Like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The alchemist?
Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in Heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Oh dear. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his lapis philosophorum.
What is the lapis philosophorum, mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitent's door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year, I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
Goodbye, mon père.
Alors. Putain, c'est qu'il y a un paquet de choses à faire, hein. Ouais, mais c'est pas normal. Attendez 2 secondes. Hein. Bon, maintenant on a un souci maintenant. Bien gentil, mais je vais où en premier? Eh, Luxembourg, il n'y a plus rien à faire. Là, il y a examiné l'armoire de fer au palais des Tuileries. Là, il y a Mirabeau. Là, on va y faire après. Hein. La cité, enquêter sur l'hôtel, accéder à l'équipe de Nicolas Flamel, les Invalides. Le dernier boss que j'ai affronté, par contre, c'est aux Invalides, je crois. Je suis retourné là-bas. Déjà.
I have already passed by the Église Sainte-Marie. I can get back there quickly from here.
Alors. Et oui, j'étais là et j'aurais pu sortir par la porte ici. Mais c'est ce que j'aurais dû faire. Parce que là, il y a la rencontre des cavaliers. Ah, il y a une... Je sais que là-bas, il y a le super raccourci qu'il va falloir que je débloque. Si attendu que j'ai évidence, pas de confiance, de tarder, mais sinon, moi, je peux bien voir décharger des affaires. Jacques Necker.
Not a single one escaped.
Bah, le raccourci était activé. Depuis quand? Putain, je me suis fait chef à tout le tour alors qu'il était activé. J'ordonne de gagner Saint-Louis à 4 lieues au sud-est de Mulhouse. Je vous fais des défenses ainsi qu'à vos hommes d'adresser la parole aux passagers. Vous le confierez au général Mortier de Lafayette. Je suis fait chef à tout le tour alors que le raccourci était ouvert. Depuis quand il est ouvert le raccourci? Le raccourci s'est ouvert tout seul en fait quoi. Attends, il y a 2 secondes, je suis en train de faire en même temps mon jeu. Mon jeu sur téléphone. Oh putain, il me manque 1000 pierres violettes. Attends, 2 secondes. Il loupe Ptolémie, là, je sais pas quoi là. C'est bizarre qu'il y a ça alors qu'il n'y a pas d'ennemis. interroger Monsieur Marat, mais je sais pas où il est Marat. Ah, doit gagner Montmartre. D'accord, ok, c'est Montmartre, ok. Ok, 2 secondes. Alors, qu'est-ce qui se passe là?
Some worshippers were able to escape the automats. They ran towards the entrance to the catacombs.
Ok. Et elle est où? Je peux plus remonter. Ah, faut que je refasse tout le tour, je suis obligé. Putain. Ouais, ça sert à rien, je sais pas par où on passe pour aller là-bas. Vas-y, je vais pas refaire le tour, là. C'est chiant ça. Ah bah si, peut-être par là alors. Oh, joli ça par contre. En fait, j'aurais pu débloquer cette zone et ce raccourci déjà bien avant, quoi. Ouais, crève tout seul, tiens. Et là. Je veux pas qu'elle est mortelle. Ah, et en hauteur des fois, non. J'espère qu'il y aura une sortie un peu plus rapide quand même, parce que si je dois tout faire le retour comme ça... Allez, 2 secondes.
So Madame Necker escaped. I must inform her husband immediately.
Mon cher époux, j'ai laissé mots que le Seigneur nous avait épargné l'un et l'autre et que cette église n'a point été notre tombeau. Réchappé de la femme à sac, je vais rejoindre séance tenante notre fille Germaine à l'hospice de Charité Saint-Sulpice. Nous vous y attendons, votre épouse aimante et dévouée Suzanne. Ok. Je vais aller informer notre cher confrère que son épouse est vivante. Voilà. Et la burette aussi. Ouf.
Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
Your wife. You may rest easy, monsieur. Your wife escaped the massacre. She returned home and left you this letter.
Mon Dieu. She's going to meet our daughter and son-in-law at our charity hospital.
She may already be there.
Madame, I did not dare to dream of such an outcome. My wife and daughter. Can you imagine? And I thought I had lost both of them. The three of us will be able to leave the kingdom and put these horrors behind us forever.
What about the bonds?
They are not in your possession.
No, not yet.
You must ensure they do not benefit the king, madame. You will find them in the Armoire de Fer, in the Palais des Tuileries. Do with them as you see fit, as long as the king does not use them. As for me, I'm going to find my family at once. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I pray that your efforts will be successful. Adieu, madame. Adieu.
Minister Necker has given his bonds to me.
That's quite a nice little sum. Can you imagine? That's 1/5 of the kingdom's entire wealth.
Wealth that the king squanders for his personal benefit according to his whims.
Ma foi. Monsieur Necker certainly has been very generous to his adoptive country.
Generous? I have my doubts. The loan was granted at a very high rate. So high, in fact, that it would have dug the deficit into an even deeper state of abyss.
Eh bien, monsieur. To what use shall we employ this boonful fortune?
If I could spend it, I'd do everything I could to return to the people their confiscated freedom. To begin, I would get them the bread they so sorely need. It is only after the scourge of famine has been vanquished that armed patriots might then be able to rise up against despotism.
And where will you find wheat, Robespierre? Will you steal it from under the noses of the automats who have sworn to destroy the human race? As for arming the people, this is another one of your delusions. How could your ragged pack of wretches win any sort of battle that'd be unable to lift a sword?
When you insult the people, you insult me, Monsieur de Lafayette.
I am not insulting anyone, Robespierre. But I happen to know what it takes to fight. Unlike you. Monsieur, I was but a lad of 15 when I took up arms. And everyone here knows my role in the liberation of America from British rule. If you allow me to dispose of these bonds, I will found an army that will annihilate the Clockwork King's diabolical machines. As soon as I have the opportunity to leave Paris, I will rally the officers and troops that are stationed in the provinces. Then, I will call for a mass uprising. I will have more than enough money to pay their wages and procure the weapons we need.
And you will have obedient troops at your beck and call, ready to repress anyone who challenges your power.
These troops will only serve the will of the people. I swear it.
Are you sure that the king has spared the rest of the kingdom, Monsieur le Marquis?
I am almost certain of it, mon père. Despite all of his resources, the king does not have enough manpower to occupy all the garrisons in the country.
Aegis, no member of this assembly can force your hand. The choice is yours. To whom will you entrust Monsieur Necker's bonds?
The bonds are not yet in my possession.
Then please continue your search.
Attendez 2 secondes. Hein. va essayer de faire ça d'abord. On va essayer de faire de finir lui là. Parce que normalement il y a un trophée. J'ai regardé sur PSTHC. Faut retrouver la trace de sa femme avant son argent. C'est ce que j'ai fait. Mais il faut peut-être que je récupère son argent pour avoir le trophée alors.
Here I am at an impasse.
Si
Should I go to the
moi je me rends
Tuileries to
aux Tuileries
examine
pour
the
examiner
safe?
l'armoire.
There may be a way to force it open. I can get to the Tuileries Palace via the Louvre. Then I should be able to enter it through the courtyard.
Je l'ai pas ouverte cette porte normalement. Je l'ai pas ouverte, j'aurais pu l'ouvrir 10 fois cette porte en fait. Je suis teubé moi. Putain. Ah mais oui, mais ouais, il fallait ça aussi. Alors. Compte. Ah ouais, l'autre con là, si hein, la traîtrise dont s'est rendu coupable les soldats que. Ouais, une lettre de salaud quoi.
The lock wasn't forced. Whoever opened it had the key. Monsieur Necker's bonds are still there. There's something engraved on it. H.G. Riquetti. Comte de Mirabeau. Whoever broke into this safe left behind the most valuable thing in it. Makes sense.
Pas vérifier là au cas où. Mais... Ah, la porte que je parlais. Ou alors c'est celle-là. Et merde. Ah, ça fait gaspiller des grenades, mais bon. Je voulais le battre, quoi. J'essaie de battre le plus d'ennemis possible. Confronter le comte Mirabeau. Pourquoi confronter le comte Mirabeau? Oh, je peux acheter un lingot de... Ok, un lingot, clé de boîtier, ok. Ça marche. Oh, pourquoi ça a bugué là? Et merde. Seules quelques lignes ont échappé aux flammes. Qui conviendra, votre majesté, des représentants des tiers états dont il convenait signaler la rend de votre fidèle et discret
I have
serviteur.
just come from the Tuileries. The armoire de fer has been ransacked.
Diable. Someone beat us to it. This is very unfortunate. God only knows what we would have found there.
Whoever it was had to fight for it. I found a body there, killed by automats.
Mon Dieu. How dreadful.
Dreadful indeed. Especially since I discovered this in the victim's hand.
And what is that, pray tell?
A dueling pistol, with your name engraved on its plate.
Oh, May we? You're right. It is my pistol. It was stolen along with a number of other things. It happened just before the Estates General at my lodgings in Versailles. But how on earth did my weapon end up in the hands of this poor soul?
I am certain we will find an explanation. You appear to have burnt these papers in a hurry. I'm eager to hear your explanation.
It's nothing at all, I assure you. Frivolous letters that were cluttering my desk.
I find your defense unconvincing. Why won't you tell me the truth?
You don't understand. This is a matter of the utmost importance that I cannot discuss with a creature such as yourself.
I am an automat, monsieur. This is true. But I serve the Queen. And my only aim is to put a stop to the crimes that have befallen the kingdom.
Well, know that you're not alone in serving the Queen.
What was in those letters you threw into the fire?
My private correspondence with the King. I had a key to the armoire, which served as a mailbox.
Are you conspiring with the King?
No, you don't understand. I was something of a shadow advisor, a diplomat, working in complete discretion. I feared his stubbornness would lead the kingdom to ruin, so I tried to reassure him regarding the aims of the Third Estate. But when Vaucanson told me what happened at Meudon, I realized it was a lost cause.
You claim to be a friend of the Queen.
The King has gone insane. After what happened at Meudon, that much is clear. We can no longer expect any leniency from him. Hence my support for his wife. She's a headstrong woman, and much wiser than she lets on. You must know that she means to put her youngest on the throne, the young prince, Louis Charles. A regency would restore peace and unity to the kingdom. Then all that would remain would be to establish a constitution. I have the support of the people. They trust me. I'm the only one that can bring about these reforms.
I found your pistol in the hands of a dead man. Who was this unfortunate soul?
Mathieu, one of the servants I had sent to retrieve the letters. I gave him the pistol for self-defense. Alas, it seems it was of little use to him against the King's automats.
Tell me, what happened at Meudon?
It's all here in this letter, written in the King's own hand. Please, give it to the Queen. She must learn the truth.
Why were you in such a hurry to destroy your correspondence?
The letters contained sensitive information about my Third Estate colleagues. If it had gotten out, I would have surely lost my allies' trust, as well as any hope of establishing a regency along with it.
Alors, à Monsieur l'abbé Loup de Firmont, Monsieur l'abbé qui fut mon confesseur, vous qui m'avez toujours écouté, compris, vous qui m'avez soutenu du jour terrible où Dieu lui-même m'a abandonné, je dois aujourd'hui m'adresser à vous pour avouer le pire des crimes. Je confesse avoir tué mon fils. Je reconnais avoir ordonné que l'on administre le poison qu'il a emporté, croyant faire un miracle de la plus noire des magies, croyant donner un corps glorieux à celui que les médecins déclaré condamné, j'ai souillé l'âme de cet enfant adoré. Son esprit innocent est aujourd'hui prisonnier d'un hideux carcan de métal. J'ai fait de mon fils une créature maudite, mi-homme, mi-machine, qui s'escrime à briser les murs de la prison où nous espérions le tenir enfermé. Lui qui n'aspirait qu'à rire et s'enivrer de la beauté du monde, je l'ai livré à la terreur, à la folie et à la plus extrême solitude. Je n'ai qu'un vœu, monsieur l'abbé, rendez-moi la foi. C'est votre roi qui l'ordonne. Je ne veux point du néant des philosophes, je veux l'éternité pour expier ce crime sans nom. Je veux un tribunal céleste pour en répondre devant mon Créateur. Je veux, mon Père, que mon âme demeure à jamais et brûle en enfer pour des siècles et des siècles. Louis. Un gros défaut du jeu, c'est que la carte elle est mal foutue et on peut pas. J'aurais bien voulu qu'on puisse mettre un point sur la carte, un peu plus détaillé la carte, qu'on puisse mettre un point où aller. T'as pas me dire qu'il y a un boss là? Putain, elle est nulle cette application de merde là. Si, il y a un boss. Un mini-boss. Ah, c'est fini l'esprit criminel, c'est chier. Mosquée royale. Ah, c'est quoi ça? Le fusil, c'est marqué bouclier. Ah ouais, je savais même pas qu'ils faisaient bouclier. Parce que l'autre, c'est un fusil aussi, non? Enfin, Et lui par contre c'est électrique, c'est ça? T'en as un qui est de glace. Non, les deux sont de glace. Ah, il est même meilleur que le flux. Non.
Field with the dead tree. I might be able to stop this experiment.
Aux honorables membres du club de thèse, j'ai pris des doutes exprimés dernier rapport demain à l'eau. Faut évoquer dit l'arbrement, mais ok. Bon, je retourne encore aux invalides. Ah mais d'accord, je vais le raccourci ici, moi, ok d'accord. Amélioration de quoi là? Attendez 2 secondes. Allez, bougez pas. De toute façon, on va arrêter là, de toute façon. On n'aura plus rien à faire. Si, à la cité, il y a quelque chose à faire. Ah bah oui, la tombe de Nicolas Flamel. Et ça, on va d'abord aller aux Invalides. Et pas trop mal ce jeu. J'aurais peut-être dû le prendre sur PlayStation pour faire le platine, mais bon, je le rachèterai, c'est pas grave. Alors. Du coup, ce qu'on va faire, je vais vous laisser là. Voilà. Boutique, on va s'acheter des grenades. Pas grenade améliorée parce que le problème qu'il y a, c'est que je vais bientôt plus en avoir. Et de toute façon, il va falloir ce que je vais faire. De toute façon, si je live pas sur ce jeu-là, je vais farmer surtout sur le jeu. Voilà. Mais je vais voir comment ma sauvegarde, je peux la récupérer aussi. Voilà. Bon. Et bah du coup, sur ce, je vous laisse. Je vous dis bonne nuit, bisous à tous. Voilà, ciao babouille, et puis à demain, bisous, bisous, ciao babouille.